are standing in Haroon Park in Sylvania, Ohio. This is yes, we are we're literally standing in the park to show you and showcase some of the parks in the area. 252 acres worth of parks just in Sylvania. This one has a walking trail, and you could also rollerblade, which we just saw somebody rollerblade by. This has
not me.
No, it has a shelter area. It has walking trails. It's ADA accessible. Good to know, I think.
And just over this bridge, you walk over to Frickers and you can enjoy some chunks and some beer. And another couple features of Haroon Park, which is super cool, is the running trail, bike trail, what you want to call it, crosses over Haroon, goes underneath 23, right to Burger King. But more importantly than all of that, deer. If you're into the wildlife, get here. Deer are everywhere and super cool. They don't mind us, we don't mind them. And this actually leads right up to the Lathrop House. And if you haven't seen or heard anything about the Lathrop House, there's some wonderful, wonderful history to take a look at.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a point to get there. And the 10 Mile Creek actually turns into the Ottawa River, which leads to the Maumee Bay, which leads to the Great Lake Erie.
But it's one of my favorite places that we would go for a walk. Anytime that we were living in Sylvania, we actually made it a point to walk along this river because it's so peaceful and calming. You can't help but love and be in a good mood.
Without a doubt. Made a slight trek up the hill from the 10 Mile Creek over at Haroon Park to stand in front of a property called the Lathrop House. And the Lathrop family in the 1850s made it a point to help slaves, people that were enslaved, to go through the Underground Railroad.
And escape
slavery.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing so, they connected with a family that's just east of here by about a half mile.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Haroon family, where the park is named after. And through the Lathrops and the Haroons, the slaves would make it all the way to Detroit through Bedford, Michigan, which is just north of Toledo. And from Detroit, across the Detroit River to Ontario, and then that's where they became free.
Mm-hmm.
You can physically walk through this property and take a tour and learn about the history of this house and the Underground Railroad that came through.